before we jump into this video, I want to say a massive thank you to the bunch of you who have gotten merch so far. Some of them are actually being delivered as we speak, so that's crazy. Releasing a brand new design into the world is always scary because you don't know if people are gonna love it or hate it. Thankfully, you have loved it so far. You guys have eaten up the navy version. I am wearing the white version today, but the navy one looks like this. If you are seeing this video for the first time, I have new merch. If you get some, it is a massive help to me and my channel, especially during Pride Month. It makes these videos possible, and you can get 10% off during Pride with the code galpal. So go check out the merch and let's answer more questions. I have never gotten so many requests for a part 2 ever. So we're here again. We are doing a part 2 of questions baby gays are too afraid to ask. By the way, follow me on Instagram because that's most likely where I will ask if we ever do a part 3. So let's just jump right into the questions. Let's go. I actually got so excited I forgot to introduce the series. This is for the gays. I make 4 videos during Pride Month for the gays, which is you watching this. I hope you're enjoying the series so far. This is technically the last video, but I do have a bonus video coming, so I'll see you next week for another one. But yeah, make sure you subscribe. If you like gay shit, I make gay shit. You're welcome. I get asked if I'm a baby gay by my family. I'm not ready to tell them. It feels wrong. What do I do? Great one to start off with. Feeling you're not ready or feeling like you're telling your family a lie for not telling them the truth. I totally understand that, but there's nothing wrong with not being ready. I would just tell them the truth, like, I'm not really sure right now, or I'm still figuring it out. I'll let you know when I know. If you're not ready, you're not ready, and that is okay. Perhaps in this situation, you could pick one of the family members, maybe it's your sister, a sibling, one of the parents, and say, hey, you guys keep asking me about this, but I don't fully know my answer yet, and I'm not ready. Just so you know, like, I'm hearing you ask, but I don't have an answer. And then maybe you can say to that person whether they are allowed to tell some of the other family members that you don't know yet, or tell that person not to tell anyone else, and you'll tell everyone when you're ready. How do I tell boys interested in me that it's not them if I don't feel comfortable saying I'm gay? There are plenty of ways you can get around this without telling other people your sexuality. Say like, I'm not interested in dating at the moment, and you can leave it at that, or you can expand on it if you want a little bit. I'm not interested in dating at the moment because I'm focused on studying, or because it's just not the right time for me at the moment, or I'm focused on myself, or I'm working on my career. You can say all of these things that are true without saying that you are gay. I am flattered, but I am a fat dyke. What is one piece of advice you wished you received when you first came out, and why? Love this question. I still have not thought of my answer for this. Little baby Lauren. I would tell myself that other lesbians exist and you will fall for other people who aren't your friends or who you aren't friends with first. I guess the dating pool felt so small because there wasn't any other lesbians that were out for me that I could talk to or crush on from afar. So I think that's why that sort of colors my advice to my younger self. I keep falling for my friends, and there's this one girl I really like right now. How do I not? Yes, this is such a common thing you do as a baby gay, because your friends, I've talked about this in the last video, but your friends are close to you, they're easily accessible, it's safe. Part of it is just telling yourself that your friends are off limits, especially if they're straight as well. We don't crush on our friends, so repeat it to yourself all the time. I mean, part of it is also acknowledging that it's probably not going to work out with friends, but also be gentle with yourself because it happens, man. It is so common. People ask me this all the time. I did actually make a video on how to get over a straight girl. A lot of that advice can be used for this situation. Also, you can go out of your way to find other people to crush on that maybe can distract you from these crushes, like maybe unobtainable people like celebrities or music artists or people from TV shows or something. There will be other gays out there who you'll get to go on dates with or you'll get to meet, and they won't be your friends first. So maybe just hold on to that little bit of hope. How long will it take to find the right person for you? Some advice I got from someone a really long time ago was to write a list of the things you wanted in a person. Attributes that you want in someone. What do you need in someone? I wrote a list down in my phone of about 10 things that I was looking for. I learned through my last relationship what I did and didn't want in a person, which helped me write this list, but I do think you can write this list if you're younger. I think the things I would have written as a 16-year-old would be pretty similar to today. I'll actually tell you one of the things because I can't remember what they are. Oh, okay, I definitely wrote more than 10 things. I wrote 1, 2, 3. I wrote about 14 things. A non-negotiable for me in a relationship is someone who wants to have kids. I would like to have kids. If they don't want to have kids, not gonna work. And essentially what I did with this list was I just kept it in the back of my mind. And when I went on dates, you know, you sort of ask some of these questions when you're on the date, like, do you want kids? What do you see yourself doing in a couple of years? What are you doing working towards now? They're kind of questions that you ask as you get to know someone, and you can kind of filter through people if you're going to match well with them or not. There are some values that you have that you can't compromise on and you can't let go of. So just keep that little list in your back pocket and you'll be able to find someone who works well with what you want. But also know you're gonna have to compromise on some things. You can't fill the list 100%, but you can get pretty damn close. But let's circle back. The question is, how long will it take you to find the right person? It's just going to be based on how quickly can you acknowledge things that you want in someone and you don't want in someone. And when you go on dates, do you just not see that person again because you're like, you actually don't fit. I'm gonna keep looking. It's gonna be up to you. It doesn't take forever. I can promise you that you will find someone who fits with you. I did. You can too. Put that on a poster. How do you know if it's a bad date? I think your gut feeling will tell you if it is bad. Maybe you both are quiet the whole time and you're not asking enough questions, or maybe the conversation is very one-sided. Someone's asking all the questions and you're just answering. That would be a bad date. Maybe there is no feelings of sexual attraction. Maybe you're not just looking at their lips like you want to kiss them. Then that could be a bad date. I think it's just like thinking about that list that I said earlier. If you think on this date someone doesn't really match with your list, or maybe you're two different kinds of people, then that would be a bad date, as in I don't want to keep going on dates with this person. I'm gonna sit here and say that I have never been on a terrible date, but the dates that I did go on, I came away from them knowing that that person was not someone who I was gonna keep going on dates with. Like, I wasn't gonna pursue a relationship with them. And that was very hard to balance in my brain, because like the date was good and we had a fun time and we got along, but I think after that I knew that I wasn't going to be like romantically interested in them in the long run. Why am I saying this? I just think dates with women aren't going to be bad because you're both girls and it's very easy for us to get along and feel like the conversation is kind of friendly. But if it does feel too much friendly and not enough flirty, maybe that is how you differentiate between a bad date and a good date. Should I stay with someone who doesn't want people to know she's dating me? I'm going to break this question up into two different answers because I think this one depends on age a little bit. Let's talk about if you're a little bit younger. By younger, I mean like 14 to maybe 18. During this period of time, people are still figuring themselves out, learning things about themselves. That's probably you watching this video right now. You don't always know how parents might react to you being anywhere on the LGBT spectrum. So someone keeping your relationship secret might be for safety reasons, or it might just be because they're trying things out, and that's okay. I wouldn't necessarily leave someone if they were keeping me a secret, but I would be having conversations with them asking why they don't want to display you, and they might have a valid reason. On the other hand, if this is like an adult relationship, I do really think if you're an adult and you're going about the adult world, it's very hard to keep something like this a secret for a long time. I think it can be a little bit unfair. As a 20-something-year-old, I would not stay with someone unless they had really valid reasons. Maybe they live in another country where you can't be out, so it is kept secret. And then, like, I understand, totally get it. Dating someone is such a fun and joyful experience. You're sharing your life with someone, and that deserves to be just shown off and not kept secret. Like, it takes effort to hide something, and I could not imagine being an adult and going through that. So I would not stay with someone unless they had a really, really solid reason why. It is a very tough one to answer, and I hope that kind of gives you some perspective. You're just gonna have to ask yourself, are you comfortable with this, or is there a timeline on which you think that she might feel ready to openly share your relationship? Did coming out affect your work? I'm in a kind of closed-minded industry and don't think I can ever fully come out. For me personally, it did not affect my work. I can completely understand about not feeling like it's safe to come out at work. I have other aspects in my life that I choose not to come out unless something came up, and I think this might be one of those situations. If it is unsafe, then obviously don't come out. But if it's a matter of people around you are closed-minded, then you don't have to come out. You're at work. Your personal life is personal. They don't need to know about it unless you're really close with people and you're like, yeah, on the weekend, me and my partner, who is a girl, we both did blah. But also you might be able to find one person within that you feel like you can talk to about it. There's definitely ways to work around it. And if you don't want to, it is not a piece of information that you owe everyone. Advice on how to ask someone out on a date after talking to them on an app. Okay, I'm assuming the app is a dating app, because if it's another app, then maybe my advice will be a bit different. On a dating app, if you've been talking to them for a while, all you have to do is say, hey, I've loved talking with you. I would love to get to know you better in person. Do you want to go on a date with me? ? And that's all you have to say. It can be as simple as that. I'd love to chat about it. I'd love to meet you in person. Let's go on a date. Or do you like Thai? Let's go get Thai for dinner. Naturally, the next question, when you're dating a lesbian, who should make the first move to hold hands or kiss? There are no rules. It's really up to you and up to the other person. I will give you some advice though. Make it you. And I know you were terrified to do it because I was, but I'm thinking back to other dates I went on and other people that I talked to romantically. Both of you are so scared to make the first move, so someone has to do it. Make it you. Just jump off that cliff. Yeah, there's a particular little thing I'm thinking back to where both of us could not do it and then nothing happened. I regret that nothing happened because I should have been the one to make the move. She was not going to make the move and I should have. So take my advice and you just gotta do it. If someone could experience one thing that you experience with galpal, what would it be? I would like someone to see the amount and the depth of like just innocent, pure love that we have. Like, we do some really stereotypically gay and romantic cute things, but they're so sweet. I would love other people to see that your relationship should have sweet moments like this. The gentle moments, I guess. Moments like when we're in the kitchen and we just start cuddling and we have a nice cuddle because we just love each other. Like, there's nothing else to it except for I love you and I'm gonna show you through giving you a really nice hug. Things like that make me feel so loved and so safe, and yeah, I love that. We're gonna end on this one. How do you deal with having a crush on somebody who is straight? Because we all do it. I know we all do it. You just have to tell yourself that they are straight and that they will never be an option for you, and use that as a way to get over them, or use that as a way to just sit with the crush and feel the crush. You just know it's never possible, so you're just gonna enjoy the crush. That's totally an option too. Someone also asked a similar thing, like, I'm crushing on my teacher. This is a kind of similar answer. You know that it's not possible and that it could never actually work out, so you can either try your best to get over it, or you can just enjoy it as it is. It's a crush that's never gonna happen, so I'ma just enjoy it. But for real, if it's someone who you're close to, like a friend, you're gonna have to like distance yourself from them. Maybe stop texting them all the time. I know you do that, but you can create some distance between you guys so you can give yourself some space to sort of let that simmer down and then try and explore other avenues to find other people to crush on, or just find things to do to distract yourself. Pick up a new hobby. And I'm gonna end it there, but before you leave this video, make sure you go check out some merch. It really does help make these videos possible during Pride Month. And if you want part 3, scream at me in the comments. Go on, I know you're going to already. If you like these kinds of videos, I did a massive advice video with my sister. It's like 30 minutes long. Chuck it on in the background. A lot of the questions you guys have are very similar, if not have been answered in this video, so you might go enjoy that one. Until the next video, stay safe and sending my love!